Hello, this is a Renoise technique video about creating unexpected rhythms with looping samples and using that as a basis to structure your tracks. We'll start with this sample from Chopin's Sonata for Piano and Cello in G minor. This is from Muse Open, which is a great site to find free public domain classical music. I really like this part here in the middle. If I were just straight sampling this, I'd let the cello bit here sustain longer, but because I'm going to be using Renoise's sample loop function, I'll cut it off short, because that will end up being more rhythmic, I think. So I know I like this sample, but I don't really have a direction in mind for this track yet. So to start off creating rhythms right away, I'm going to add the sample playing a fifth or 7 semitones higher. So not only does this give me this way more complex chord, but since the sample is playing faster, we have the two playing off each other. I'm not thinking too hard here. I want it to go ba-doo-bip-bop, ba-doo-bip-bop. So I just need to adjust the spacing and the tempo. I think it's a 3/4 thing. So let's start looping. There. Now we can already hear these rhythms changing as I move the start slider around. Let's just fill this all out. Ba-doo-ba-ba-ba-ba. I think 50 is the point that I like, but if I wanted it more like sort of a moving swing, I'd put it at 60. So let's go with this for now and fill out some drums. Like I said, not thinking too hard. I filled out my kick loosely in time with that looping rhythm. A snare on 3. Again, not thinking too hard about sample selection. This is about structure. And then once we get the hat in, I think that'll really bring the real structure and get everything locked in. It's definitely too loud and the sample's too soft. Let's bring that hat down. Throw a compressor on the sample so we can really crank it up. Sort of bring the floor of it up as well. For the atmosphere. So now that I've got this rhythm in place, I can fine tune the sample more. I'm Gonna try to get out of that not really thinking about it mindset from a few minutes ago and start thinking about how to get this to really work well. I like that when I change the loop mode to ping pong, that cello bit kind of goes, sounds like a bow motion more than just like the sample cutting off. I like that. Okay, so my favorite trick is adding in more of the same sample playing at different speeds. Not only does this fill out way more harmonic content, but it gives us new rhythms and feels. So we'll throw in an octave down and then 2 octaves down as well. So half speed and a quarter speed. Okay, the 5th up is feeling like too much now, so let's ditch it. See how that sounds an octave up. Frantic. I don't like it. Let's try it an octave down. And boom! There it is. When it all falls into place, you know it. I didn't know that's what I was looking for, but everything's sort of locked in. I'll do an EQ on the sample to clear up the mud that I've created with all that layering. I do this all the time, but it's especially useful with the layers. We'll go in and crank up bands, listening to which resonances are really clouding things up, like that, and pull them out. And then we'll follow that by bumping some areas that are lacking. Right in here. I just do this by ear. From sample to sample, there's no formula for which sections are gonna, like when I pulled that out, it sort of took away some of the life from the sample, so I don't want to pull that one down too much. And we'll do a bump in the bass. I do around 80 hertz. Sometimes that just adds little balls to it. We definitely need some of that lower treble and probably some upper mids too. When I'm EQing, I try to stop when I realize I'm changing things without any real purpose. So I've got the kick now ducking the threshold on the sample compressor, and I've also layered in another kick on top of that first sample. I've got a saturation plugin on every track and a limiter on the master, which is pretty bare bones. As you can see, 4 samples and 1 external plugin. If I wanted to turn this into a full piece of music, I'd probably look at bringing in some other elements, but as a basis, this is a good start, and without the edits to the video, this whole process took me 14 minutes. It's a great exercise to crank out short bits of music like this. Anyways, I hope you found this interesting or enjoyable in some way. Thanks for watching.